And welcome, folks. This is Mr. Wilson 25 with the premiere of the next season. I decided the full race wouldn't go public because, well, that would just take up too much of my time. Oh, wait. Yeah, this was the truck I drove for the NextEra 250. It was my, I can remember them by their outcomes. 5th season I've been on the entry list. I would say 5th try, but I didn't get a try last season, so this was officially my 4th try. So yeah, it was a pretty good one. Pretty good finish, too. I'm not going to spoil it. But I'll tell you what, the emotions are pretty strong right now. I'm not going to tell you whether it would be positive or negative, and for what reason. All you need to know is I felt that one. I'm not going to tell you whether it's positive or negative. The 8 had to drop out, surrendering the stage win. We did not take tires during the stage break, propelling me to 1st. And would run up front all day, pretty much. With the exception of pit cycles dropping me down to like 20th, I would run really no worse than the top 5 throughout the evening, so, you know, that's pretty good. There are also going to be some pretty big fantasy roster changes, and the sign-up is still open if you want to sign up. Get a car in the Cup Series. No, we're not suddenly switching and making trucks the premier NASCAR Series. We're not doing that. For some reason, Stewart Friesen losing the draft at some point. This would be just before I surrendered the lead, initiating the final flight. Lap 98, I would go for the lead. I would get it, then fall to second. Then, on the last lap, and it's not even going to show the finish, I'll just say what happened. Truck drivers are the absolute worst pushers on the face of the planet. I would have won had Josh Rayum helped me. Instead, he pretty much just dumped me into Mike Harmon. I tried to take him out in retaliation in the end, because I knew that at that point I just wasn't going to win. I ended up third. It is so frustrating. I cannot win this race. I don't know why it's this one. 3/1000ths of a second, the margin of victory, and that is just absolutely infuriating. I cannot win this race. There is a curse around it, I swear. I gotta wait another season for another attempt. That just hurts. That hurts. We got the fastest lap, most laps led, and on the move. Just not sure about toe brake. Ah, well that kind of sucks. I mean, sorry you gotta see this part. That win is not really real. First thing we're going to do is go over the schedule. We are currently 40th in points, though that's because we just haven't started yet, and we'll go over the entry list for fantasy drivers, and you can still put your name on that list. As of the time this video premiered, the Daytona 500 will be tomorrow afternoon. This afternoon. Couldn't decide on when the video will be set to premiere, and that's when the signups close. That will be run at full length, just like the NextEra 250. And then after that, Phoenix makes its return to the schedule. It will not be 312 laps, I can tell you that. It will go down to 50% race distance beyond that. Auto Club Speedway will come after that. We're just sort of following a West Coast sweep trend. Then it's on to Vegas for the South Point 400. Then it's Sonoma, ending the West Coast sweep, as we head off then to Talladega. Then Texas will make its return, just sort of help balance the power in points a little bit. Kansas, then the doubleheader with that to just sort of that will be to mark the quarter way point of the season. The Kansas doubleheader. This race will be run at 25. This one will be run at 50, just like normal. And then it's off to Mid-Ohio. After that, New Hampshire makes its return, a track that I wanted to have back next season, but realized too late that I hadn't included it. But yeah, I like that track. Then it's Pocono, a track I don't really like, but I'll deal with it because I got to balance the points power just a little bit. Then we go to the real hellhole, which is Richmond. Some of these I'm going to have stability on just a little bit because my wheel only turns 90 degrees and the game goes down to 180. So naturally it's pretty unstable, especially when the car's handling poorly, and so easy to crash. I feel like if something was different about my control system, or had I had assists on to just sort of balance out its rather terrible handling, my accident rate would be so much lower. Then we take our first visit to Road America, round 14. Round 15 will be our third and I think final plate race, so shame I couldn't include more of that. The schedule was revised so many times between the halfway point and the road course rumble that things just sort of got lost. I intended a Daytona night race, but I guess that just never really got included. Then it's off to Gateway, which is a track I had an easy time at. Martinsville doubleheader will mark the halfway point of the season, just as it did last season. Then we head over to Michigan. Canadian Tire will be up next. Charlotte Roval will then be round 21. First of 2 appearances this season, the other being the season finale. Then we're off to Darlington, a place that, it's something. Homestead will make its return. Again, I realized too late that this wasn't on the schedule for last season. Then we go to Indianapolis for round 24, and then a Las Vegas doubleheader will round out the regular season. Then it's on to the road course rumble, where 3 straight races will be held at Watkins Glen as per tradition. Canadian Tire then, across the border one more time, then Mid-Ohio. Then it's off to Road America for our second of 3 visits. Sonoma, Mid-Ohio again, and then Road America before ending the season at the Charlotte Roval. Season right now. This is the entry list. We'll start off with this. The fantasy roster will take a pretty dramatic change, and no, I am not misreading the names. It's just a further way to have fun with the game, if you know what I mean. New hire Gage Alderton will lead the points. Will lead the points field to the green at Daytona. With I can't remember all of them. Chase Briscoe will drive the 4 this season. Haley Deegan gets the 11. Just sort of, it will then split Wilson Chevrolet into that, and going with its original name back from my original career mode in Steel Forge Racing. Eric Jones will be the highest non-fantasy driver on the list. Ryan Blaney will start 5th. Chase Elliott 6th, and believe me, NASCAR's most popular driver, even I wouldn't do that. Eric Almirola will start 7th. Ross Chastain keeps his ride, 8th on the grid. 9th will be originally supposed to be Natalie Decker. Kyle Busch will stay, and Natalie Decker will take over for the 19. Sort of sentimental value. In this timeline, my character Paul and her were working closely together. Actually, she was his crew chief at the time. Sentimental value, especially since that's the one where I survived that insane crash at Daytona. 11th will be BJ McLeod. 12th will be Christopher Bell, returning to his seat after Owen Krister leaves. Joey Logano will start 13th. Mick Schumacher will be 14th. Could have possibly had that win at the Charlotte Roval had I not dumped him, but 1 win last season, so that was pretty good. Lando Norris will slip into the 1 and 15th spot. 16th, Kyle Larson stays, 2nd season running. And Austin Cindric will move back over to Penske in 17th. 18th, Ryan Newman, nothing changing over at Roush. 19th will be Owen Krister. 20th, Timmy Hill returns. 21st will be Austin Dillon. 22nd, John Hunter Nemechek. 23rd, Matt DiBenedetto. 24th, Cole Custer. 25th will be Michael McDowell. 26th, Corey LaJoie. 27th, Bobby Carter. 28th, David Reagan. And there's really not a lot to say about the drivers beyond this point. Ty Dillon will start 29th, though we do have a few fantasy roster drivers coming up. Bubba Wallace will be 30th. 31st, Holden Commodore will stay. in his seat. 32nd, Daniel Suarez. 33rd, Chris Buescher. 34th, Tyler Reddick. 35th, Ryan Preece. 36th, Josh Bilicki. 37th will be Riley Herbst. And yeah, I know all this paid driver BS and stuff, but they're the only one. He's the only one Haas has got right now in real life, so just sort of going with that. 38th will be Ty Majeski taking over for Gage Alderton, who was then hired by Wilson Chevrolet. 39th, Quinn Houff, and then last but not least, myself, defending champion. There's got to be someone I'm forgetting about. Maybe it's so dense up here that... Yeah, it's just so dense up there that there's hardly anyone on the fantasy roster down here. Anyway, that'll just about do it. This is a very short video, just sort of getting an idea for what's going to come next season. This has been Mr. Wilson 25, and I will see you all at the start of the Daytona 500.